Greetings, citizens of the internet. You can call me Nitro Indigo, and welcome back to my extremely riveting Let's Play of Pokémon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team. In the last episode, we saved the world, but had to go back to the human world, but don't worry, we came back. And in this episode, before we get into the actual game, let's have a look at the menu. First of all, in the adventure log, it shows us all of the things we've done throughout the game, and for some stupid reason it doesn't reset when you delete your save file. That is really weird. And so in addition to all the story progress, including one that for some reason is before the rescue team base being completed, even though we haven't done it yet, and I think I might actually know what that is, but I'm not entirely sure. We learned 32 moves. 7 Pokemon joined the team. I'm not sure if that includes the hero or partner, it probably doesn't. We explored 359 floors of dungeon, and the rest of this is blank. Also, after the previous episode, I did a bunch of other videos, including a Let's Play of the Dog Island that's currently underperforming, and I would really appreciate it if you people watched it. My ulterior motive for Let's Playing this game was to get an audience so I could actually get people to watch me Let's Play games people have never heard of. And the second thing I've noticed is that on this screen, whenever you defeat certain bosses, they get an icon added. I don't know why Articuno's outline is yellow instead of blue. I just noticed that and now it's bothering me. Anyway, let's start the actual game. Due to Indigo and Perel's heroic actions, the falling star was destroyed, and peace returned to the world of Pokémon. But that did not put an end to the natural calamities. Natural disasters still occurred, but much less often. Needless to say, Salsa's rescue activities continued as if nothing had changed. Several mornings later,
Good morning, Indigo. Did you just wake up? I went by the Pelipper post office earlier. The bulletin board was still covered with rescue jobs. Even though it's peaceful again, many Pokemon still need our help. Indigo, let's keep doing our best as always. Indigo! Oh, hi, Caterpie and Metapod. What's the matter? It's Snubble! There's something weird going on! Snubble is weird? Weird how? He looks completely different. Indigo, let's go to the square! Hi, Alakazam! Hi, Alakazam, have you seen Snubble? I heard something strange happen to him. I'm Snubble. What? You're Snubble? But you don't look anything like the way you did before. I don't really understand either. I went into the cave there and all of a sudden... What cave? It appeared without me noticing. See? Right there. So you went in there? Yup, and I came out looking like this. Snubble underwent evolution. He evolved, you don't say. Evolution? Evolved? I don't follow. Pokemon, upon satisfying certain conditions, may evolve until Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon, when they get rid of all the requirements except for level, and evolution is pointless because you can only get one of each species anyway. When a Pokemon undergoes evolution, its appearance changes. Yeah, if you didn't know, I really don't like Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. Oh, wow! Your own appearance? That can change, you don't say! I suspect that the cave is where evolution can take place. This is merely a guess. Perhaps evolution could not take place before because the world's balance was askew. However, now that the star has been destroyed, the world's balance has been restored. And perhaps that cave became unsealed. So if I evolved, I would become like Metapod? Okay, seriously, how did Metapod not know what evolution is when he's already evolved? And furthermore, if Caterpie didn't know what evolution was, how would he know he would evolve into Metapod? I was going to save this for the end of this conversation, but I decided to say that now. I wish. I want to be Butterfree quickly. I can't actually remember what voice I gave to Metapod, but I think it sounded like my one for Lombre. Wait a second. I don't know if I'm like this or not. My cute little face turned all craggy.
Evolution is not a bad thing. Appearance isn't the only thing that changes through evolution. One's power and abilities may also be enhanced, for example.
Oh, really? I might be stronger.
That makes me want to evolve even more. I wish I could be Butterfree soon.
Me too! Can we evolve if we go to that cave?
Yes, but it would depend on the conditions.
Indigo! Let's go to the cave if we're ready to evolve.
Yeah, there's two weird things about evolution in this game. First of all, for some annoying reason, you need to disband the entire team to evolve, and in Explorers, when you want to evolve, because spoiler alert, you can't evolve until post-game, it has to be in a specific location as well in that game. As soon as you evolve Pokemon, it's in the party, it disbands the entire party for some, and I don't really know why. And second of all, there's not really much point to evolution in this game, because there aren't any base stats in this game, so I think evolution offers an increase in stats or something, but in theory every Pokemon stats can be maxed out to 255. Anyway, let's talk to these Pokemon.
Indigo, Pearl, you both hung in there. Great job. But you're still not up to our caliber. We're here now because you succeeded. You have my thanks.
Okay, the gravelly voice actually kind of tickles my throat, so it's a bit hard to do. Of course, we did our bit to help too. And to be honest, this is Generation 3, so most Pokemon's level up learn sets suck, and in the case of Bulbasaur, Ivysaur's level up learn set is basically the same, it just learns moves at later levels, and off the top of my head, the first two moves that it learned, that my Bulbasaur hasn't learned yet that come to mind, are Sweet Scent, which I never use, but the AI loves using it early on in every Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game, by which I mean the first two, because I haven't played the 3DS games as much, and I still don't like Super. So I've only played that once and I've never even finished it, but I've seen an entire Let's Play of it, so that's how I know how the ending goes. And that was before the game came out, and when I'm spoiled on a game by watching a Let's Play or something, I just feel less motivated to play it, even when I decided to look at the spoilers myself. And there's also Solar Beam, which is a TM, and unfortunately I couldn't use that against Groundhog because I couldn't find it.
You guys were amazing. Truly, you've impressed me.
And also we have a bunch of friend areas to buy. So let's do that, because there's a lot of Pokemon that we can recruit now, including ones that we found in pre-game dungeons, but we can only get in the post-game for some reason. And also, we do have a important reason to talk to Lombre. And yes, the post-game plot isn't really a plot, honestly. It's just kind of a faff. That's a very odd way of putting it. Notice the amount of water-themed friend areas. And notice how some of these friend areas only have one Pokemon in them. This is a bit stupid, honestly. But I'll comment on that when it's topical. Anyway, I'm going to get Treasure Sea because it's the cheapest of all these ocean-related friend areas. I wonder what the next dungeon is going to be themed around. Congratulations, you can go to Treasure Sea now! Okay, that sounds like a voice I'd give to Chatot if I'd ever Let's Play Explorers, but please don't hold your breath because I'm not good at making promises. And I'm also going to check if I'll be able to unlock this certain mission I want to do. The one that's actually like a story mission, but you unlock, it's an optional story mission that I still haven't been able to do. And a lot of these are in Sky Tower for a stupid reason I'll explain in a minute. We can't go back there. Oh, how marvellous, Indigo! I can go on living again without fear. Oh, thank you. Oh yeah, I almost forgot that my voice for Bellsprout sounded like tessellating hexagon's elf voice. You fought your way up a tower of clouds? I can't even imagine. That sounds kind of wow because I can grammar. Hey up! You were flat out incredible! Seriously, consider teaming up with me. Gahahaha! Well, we can actually sort of do that in the post-game, but it is quite hard, and I've never actually done it. Oh, darlings, you've outdone yourselves, Indigo. So we still can't go there. Basically, we need to unlock a certain friend area for a mission to do an optional story mission, and I'm having a hard time getting to appear. We will soon be departing the area. Sincerely, thank you for all the help and kindness you've given us. Indigo and Perel, please do take care. I do like how all of the NPCs that appear in here get to have some say in the story in some way, whereas the Explorers are just a bunch of random ones that only really just stand around in certain cutscenes, and they do have like their own subplots, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there, if we get there. Oh, they say the same thing. We Juggle have travelled the world, carried wherever the winds will take us, so they don't. Indigo and Perel, we owe so much to you. Thank you for everything. May we meet again. I'm going to see what's in the shops though. really sure if I should evolve into Ivysaur because I basically will learn moves at later levels, but there really isn't much else. And the new item in Joy Seed, it raises the level, well, not really that useful for me, but maybe it's useful for you. And I feel kind of bad for skipping one of these. It's not just you, my brother. I am likewise overcome with joy. Brother. Sniffle, my brother. Why did I just say Sniffle? Indigo and Pearl, we only have gratitude for you. Thank you ever so much. Welcome to Kecleon Wares. Trapper Storm. Yes, we'll be seeing traps a lot more, and it's kind of annoying. Destroys traps. That description isn't very well worded, though. And Decoy Orb. It turns you into a Pokemon into a substitute doll, which basically means that all the Pokemon will target them. I'm just going to do some storing as well, so I'm going to just sort out my items and then we'll get on with the story. Thank you, Buzz. Awesome, awesome. Bzz, bzz. You've done it, Indigo. You're the greatest, really. Oh yeah, I forgot. We need to talk to Lombre to activate a certain story quest, but we can't do that right now, and I'm not actually sure if we can do. Oh, we need to talk to Medicham first. That Lombre, he amuses me so. That is a very weird laugh. Oh, long time no see. Like, are you Rogue the Bat now? You are well? You see, I have heard about Lombre's tale. It is too funny. I have heard that Lombre was almost drowned at sea. But that Lombre, he lives in water. How very pathetic. You do realise that fresh water and salt water are two different things, and fish that live in one kind of water will die of osmosis or something if they're put in the other one. And now Lombre is moved. Huh? What's that? Oh, you mean what happened at sea? I wasn't drowning. Jeez, they're making up stories about me. Want to know what really happened? Yes. See, I went over the sea to frolic a while back. You know, I was trying that dive thing. So, I was having fun going on the water, and I got washed out to sea a bit. All of a sudden, these wicked clouds rolled in. And before I knew it, there was a full-blown storm raging. There was more. A dungeon appeared in the sea. I was shocked with witless. I got out of there fast. But who'd have guessed it? A dungeon in a stormy sea. I wonder what that dungeon could possibly be called. Huh? You want to know more about Dungeon in the Sea? I've amooshed it out of there, so I can't tell you much. I have never heard anyone say vermoosed before. And I misread it as vermooshed. I know. Maybe Wishcash would know something. Yeah, that'd be the best. Go talk to Wishcash. Ah, so you wish to know about the Dungeon in the Sea? I too have heard of it. I have heard of a place that is far off our coast. It is a sea churned by torrential storms and violent waves. It is a place appropriately named the Stormy Sea. See, I was right, even though I've already played this game, so I already knew that. There, one will find a dungeon that leads to the bottom of the sea. There's a hole in the bottom of the sea, and I don't know how it goes. The sea is infinitely dark, and its depth unimaginable. Actually, it's only 40 floors long. That is what I have heard. Ho 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 ho! You look eager to go. However, to go beneath the sea, a hidden machine named Dive is needed. Without Dive, you cannot go to the Stormy Sea. Ho ho, your face tells me you are desperate to go. So be it. You may have this. Yeah, I'm going to comment on this in a moment. I understand that this is a very rare item that was found in a place called the Solar Cave. If you were to carry that hidden machine as an item, or if any team member wishing to enter the dungeon used that hidden machine to learn Dive, you will be able to enter the Stormy Sea. Gained access to the Stormy Sea! Yeah, HMs are a bit of a stupid mechanic in this game. You need them to go to certain post-game dungeons by either having them in the bag or teaching them to a Pokemon. And in one playthrough of this game, I didn't have Pokemon that could learn Dive, so I lost the TM and then restarted the game. It was the second time I played this game, I think, where they had Charmander with a Chikorita partner. And I don't think any of our Pokemon can learn Dive. I know that because I looked it up, and the only Pokemon that learn Dive in Generation 3 are, like, water types mainly, and also Lugia and some other Pokemon as well. And now you've finally learned PP Checker. That shows how much I've actually used this Magnemite. And he's going to join this team as well, and Perel will not be joining us for a reason we are going to see in a bit. And oh my goodness, Magneto didn't even know 4 moves. I'm going to see what moves he actually knows then. Yeah, if you don't know, Shockwave is an electric type move that never misses, and it has a line of sight range. Anyway, let's head to Stormy Sea, but... Oh yeah, Indigo, wait a second. That was very obligated. There's something I wanted to talk over with you before we go to a dungeon. You know how we always go to dungeons together, Indigo? But I think we'll be seeing all sorts of different dungeons from now on. I think some of them will be tough even for us. So, I have an idea. Instead of us running things all the time, we should let the team as a whole do it. How about we change things so we can pick the leader and members to go into dungeons? That might mean we won't be going on rescues to certain dungeons, but that will let us handle rescues better by having more Pokemon types available. Do you like the idea? Indigo, do you think it'd be a good idea to freely choose leaders? Yes, and you have to say yes because this is quite a big mechanic for the postgame. Yup, that's right. I thought you'd agree, Indigo. Okay, new rule. We can now freely pick Pokemon that are going into dungeons. I think this is how we should pick the leader of a team going into a dungeon. In its friend area, face the team member you want as the leader, then select Make Leader from the menu. That will make the Pokemon the team leader. We should do that before every dungeon. One more thing. We should make it so the team leader can go into a dungeon alone if it wants. Anyway, to choose the leader of a dungeon-bound team, we've just told us this. Which does suit the team, we've just told us this. And from now on, our partner becomes a mindless drone, unfortunately. And I still have this random job. And now not even Perel is actually... And now we can put Perel on standby. And there is one exception. The partner does get to talk, have speech that isn't generic Pokemon dialogue at one other point in the game, but I've never actually gotten to it. And I suppose just for the sake of making the post-game a bit different, I'm going to evolve, and I have to stand by. Once again, I have to disband the entire team. Like, your other Pokemon aren't currently following you. Why do you have to do that? It's stupid. A voice emanates from somewhere. Ye who seek awakening. This is Luminous Cave. Do you seek a new evolution? I find it kind of interesting that evolution is considered like awakening. Anyone got some theories behind that? And this also looks similar to the stone in the Transform Forest. You who seek awakening, let us begin. Indigo is undergoing changes. Indigo's appearance changed. It evolved from Bulbasaur into Ivysaur. Yes, Bulbasaur. Ye shall seek return if evolution is what ye seek. And Ivysaur looks kind of weird in this game. I didn't realise how kind of short and angry Ivysaur looks. But also that's a bit oddly worded. Indigo is undergoing changes, Indigo's appearance changed. That's a bit redundant. Does it sound better in Japanese? I don't know. I've never played this game in Japanese, but if you have, I would love to see localization inside this game because it's not very well documented. And anyway, let's head to Stormy Sea, and unfortunately it's quite a long dungeon, so I think I'm just going to have to montage it because Power Director 14 doesn't always display the video speed option. I hope I can recruit a Pokemon that learns Dive while we're here because I don't want to lose the TM. There is a way to get it back, but I've never... It's in Solar Cave. And let's see what Pokemon we can recruit here. None. I hope some Pokemon from that friend area we bought can live here because that would kind of be stupid if they told us that we couldn't get it yet. Also, why is a Wingull living underwater? Do I think it might only live on the lower floors? I'm not actually sure. That would kind of make sense then. But I don't actually know how underwater dungeons are supposed to work, because the way they look kind of has this like weird coral reefy look to it, I guess you'd call it, with seaweed embedded in the walls and everything. I don't really know. Any theories? I'm just kind of focused on getting to the end instead of going into absolutely every room because I don't want this recording to go on for like an hour. Another stupid thing about these post-game dungeons is that you'll have Pokemon that are really low leveled and Pokemon that are really high leveled together. And it's kind of annoyingly inconsistent. Usually the unevolved Pokemon will be the lower level. Still, why can't they all be around the same level? Then it wouldn't make the dungeon look easier than it actually is. And something else is annoying you. Then this music is really good. It eventually goes away and gets replaced by some other music, I think. It is in this dungeon, right? And a Petrify Orb petrifies every enemy in the room. And Gold Ribbon doesn't do anything, but it can be sold for a lot of money. I don't know if they're technically on shops in this dungeon, but I think there aren't. Also in later games, the Warp Orb was renamed the Spurn Orb, and they introduced another Warp Orb which only warps one enemy. I think I've talked about this before, but it is still something that trips me up sometimes. And Anorith is a Pokemon we can actually recruit. I was hoping that, what's it called again? Magneto would attack him and then actually get experience and also do some battling because I can't do everything, but he didn't, and now he's gone. Oh well. I hope we can recruit an Anorith here. Actually, I don't think Anorith can learn Dive, but it would just be nice to recruit a Pokemon here in general so I don't feel alone. And also, here's a bit of a popular opinion. I like how not every single I like it when Pokemon live underwater but aren't water type, like Anorith, Lileep, and Delmise, and Lugia, and some other Pokemon that I'm probably not thinking of. Inkay and Malamar actually don't live underwater. Aren't water. I like it when Pokemon that live underwater aren't water type because it's less boring. And I always thought that the reason why Lugia isn't a water type is because it didn't start living underwater until after the tower burned down. I might have mentioned this before, I don't actually remember. It makes more sense for Seal to be here than in the forest, I guess. Wait, was Seal in the Frosty Forest? I remember talking about seals there, but I don't remember exactly. I think it was. Aurora Beam, I was worried it would kill me there, but it didn't. I like Aurora Beam's animation, by the way. I just like Auroras in general. Even if it's not the most amazingly spectacular, interesting move ever. And I only have one, what's it called again? Max Elixir, so I hope I don't waste all my PP at once. I wonder what this other Pokemon is, though. I could have gotten them lined up, but oh well. It's Anorith. I forgot what it's called. So it's called Alomacaris, which is what it's based on, by the way. It's called an old shrimp, but it's not actually a shrimp, but it is an oceanic predator from a really, really, really long time ago, like before the dinosaurs long time ago. Aren't I great at paleontology? So if I get one, I'm going to call it Alomacaris if that fits into the character limit. And by the way, when I was little, I thought that Armado was called Armadillo. Like, I literally misread it as that. And now that its defense has gotten that high, all my attacks only do 1 damage, and that's kind of annoying. I hope I can get a critical hit, or at least kill you with an attack instead of like a status effect, so I can have a chance of recruiting you. I also kind of wish there was some kind of indication of what Pokemon live in each friend area, besides obviously common sense, because like there's lots of sea friend areas, and I don't remember which Pokemon live in each one, for example. And this is still going on, oh my goodness. Isn't this exciting gameplay? Well, just look at all my excitement. It cannot be contained. Wow. Ooh. I don't think any of its attacks could possibly kill me unless it got a critical, so I'm just going to use Bullet Seed and hope for the best. Because it's a special move. Oh my goodness, that did a lot of damage. I'm going to eat an Oran Berry now. And now the boring music begins. It's Lapis Cave specifically, and they did it in some other dungeons as well, and I don't know why. I suppose it's for more variety, but Lapis Cave gets used a lot in this game, and I don't know why. I'd almost think it was an oversight if it wasn't some kind of pattern. And I don't really know you can just accidentally program a dungeon to change music, because I don't really know. I just don't get why they did it, because it's just always such a really good themes, and then all of a sudden, bam! Lapis Cave. Like, are they really proud of this music or something? I don't know. Yeah, that pasty bender just abandoned was a bit of a weird item. Basically makes Pokemon more likely to be hit by critical hits, and I think the idea was to throw it at an opponent. And also the Troll Orb, it drags all the items towards you and can accidentally get you killed by a Kecleon for stealing. Because that's what happens if you, I think I've already told you this, because that's what happens if you steal from Kecleon, and I've done that like once before and I never did it again. Oh, Grass Gummy. Don't really have any ground types with me right now, so I was trying to keep that brown gummy just because gummies are good, but I don't really think I'm going to use it anytime soon. And by the way, the last time I played Blue Rescue Team, I kept getting stuck in this kept dying in this dungeon, and I just stopped asking for rescues on r/mystery dungeon because I was worried I was annoying people. And I haven't played Blue Rescue Team since. And that was months ago, like shortly before I started this Let's Play. I almost didn't notice the stairs are here because it blends in with the coral reefy type walls. That's like what not to do in graphic design. I was hoping I could recruit Spiel. I just want to not be lonely, okay? And I think the Omastar is a bigger threat. I was trying to get them lined up, but I suppose I'll just deal with the Omastar first, and then I get killed by the seal. Yes. Oh, I didn't actually. I was hoping that the Ice Ball would kill me, and it didn't. Ice Ball is basically an Ice-type version of a rollout. It will hit 5 times in a row and keeps getting progressively stronger. Also, Walrein is... I've tried using Walrein on, like, Pokemon Showdown before, and I'm not good at competitive Pokemon, and I was playing in lower tiers in that case, I should clarify. Like, Tamashi Hiroka was giving me false expectations for Pokemon competitive, because she said, oh, you could be the first person to discover a strategy with this Pokemon in her guide to competitive battling, and I don't... but the community seems to actively discourage trying something new on Pokemon Showdown. Like, people were complaining that, like, I think it was Gastrodon got into overuse, people were complaining about it. Well, fitting because Gastrodon was almost in Generation 3 and then it wasn't, and I think the Seal is going to be more of a... Spiel, sorry, is going to be more of a threat because it has Ice Balls, so that's why I'm taking it out first. But then we have to sit through that animation. Why can't we just automatically end when there's no... Oh, and this is Stench. It makes Pokemon too scared to use any moves or pick up items, so it's an ability. And then in later games, in like Generation 5, they change it so it makes Pokemon flinch. Well, in the main games. At least I'm immune to poisoning. I don't know why Bulbasaur is a poison type. It just felt like they stuck poison onto every grass type just for the sake of it. But still. And by every, I mean almost every in Generation 1. You know what I meant. Don't know what stat dropped, because I don't think the game actually tells you which stats have dropped outside of the text box where it first appears. Or message log, to give the fancy term. Unless... I wonder if you like a stat history, so you'll be able to see it on the menu screen. And I've got loads of enemies in this room, so I'm going to just petrify them all. But I can't recruit any of them because the Anoriths have all gone now, so I'm assuming that friend area brought is the one which all the fossil Pokemon live in, including... But not including Aerodactyl, which is called the fossil Pokemon because the people who made the Pokemon species names were boring that day, I guess. Yeah, I don't get why Aerodactyl's called the fossil Pokemon. What makes it more special than any other fossil Pokemon? That it warrants it being called that. Black Gummy, we have a dark type back at home, but not on us right now. Also, seeing that Kabutops just there made me wonder, like, it's a bit... Some Pokemon keep the Japanese name. It makes sense for some because they're the really marketable Pokemon, but for other ones it feels a bit random, like Yanma, sort of, which I previously ranted about earlier on in this Let's Play. But also Kabutops, like a Kabuto is a samurai helmet, and also Kabuto Mushi is Japanese for the rhinoceros beetle, so that's where you hear it in them just be called Kabuto a lot. Or Kabuto, however you pronounce it. And it was almost called Atlantis, and yeah, people talk about the Generation 1 better names a lot, but to be honest, most of them sound really stupid. So, I can see why they didn't keep those, but why couldn't they have thought of something else? I don't know. I know in later Pokemon Distribution games, the AI has can use like IQ or whatever, or the replacement for it that they have in the 3DS games, which is called Team Skills, but I don't know if Pokemon can have increased IQ in... I don't know if wild Pokemon can have increased IQ skills in this game, in the post-game. And look at this amazing gameplay. I can't land any attacks, apart from that one just there. Finally. I don't know whether a Grimer is in this sea. Is it supposed to imply the sea is polluted or something? Oh, we can recruit Seadra as well. Not to be confused with Seadramon, which is a Digimon. So it must also live in that friend area I brought. I can't actually remember what it was called. I think it was Treasure Sea, but I can't actually remember. But obviously you saw it at the start of the video, so I don't need to correct myself on screen. And this is Stormy. I like Stormy, but I haven't really used it that much in any game, and I can't recruit it. And I was worried it would be quite annoying, but I don't actually know if it learns any psychic type moves by level up, so for all I know, it wasn't actually a threat. And for some random reason, Seadra's ability is Poison Point, but not its head, but none of it Night, but Kingdra and Horsey don't have Poison Point. It's a bit random. Are there poisonous seahorses in real life? I don't know. Oh wait, that's what Gugralgi's based on, but still, I don't know. Oh, there's another Seadra. I'm going... Oh, smoke screen, that's annoying. Right, when did Thailand do that? Yes, it did actually, or it's just coincidentally run out in the same place. And we've run out of damaging moves. Yay! Why do I keep referring to myself as we when I'm doing these Let's Plays? And oh my goodness, I didn't realise Whiffer wore off that quickly. Do I just have some kind of IQ skill or something that makes that happen? Check IQ. No, I don't know. Oh, Self-Cure, that's it. I think it's called Fast Healer in Explorers, and I was wondering, right, does that exist in this game? It does. And unfortunately, we couldn't recruit this Seadra. And I think if I ever do get to recruit one, though, I'll call it Seadramon, and there is a Tentacruel here, and that could be quite unfortunate because don't know how annoying the Tentacruels are here, but I don't have any damaging moves, so this sucks. See how easy it is to run out of PP in this game. Oh yeah, and it has Liquid Ooze, so I can't use Leech Seed. Liquid Ooze is an ability that makes you take damage whenever you use a HP draining move, and that includes Leech Seed, I think. Yeah, that's see what I mean. Oh, Wrap, I can't move now. I'm trying to see what this item in the bottom right is. It's an orb. Okay, this looks like it's going to get dangerous, so I'm not going to risk it. I'm just going to go to the next floor. I hope I can find a Max Elixir somewhere. Because, spoiler alert, there's a boss at the end and I want to have a chance of recruiting it, but this Gravelock will help. Gravelock, not Gravelock. There are Geo Pebbles and Graveler Rocks, but unfortunately no throwing item named after Golem. There is a Corsola Twig, which I've never actually seen for myself, I think. It's another one of the stick type items that only goes in a straight line, and it's more powerful than the Iron Thorn, Silver Spike, and Stick. I think that's the descending order of how powerful they are, but I'm not entirely sure. Hang on a minute. I just wonder if silver would actually be really hard to hurt things with, and then I realised it's gold that's soft, not silver. Oh, come on! I kind of want to send out for a rescue, but that would kind of disrupt this Let's Play, but I suppose it would be an interesting way to show off the mechanics. So, next time on my extremely riveting Let's Play of Pokémon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team, I will hopefully get someone to rescue me. Until then, stay interesting!